Hello, my crochet friends. I took a couple days off from doing the yarn organization videos um, because I had to film another video for you guys. I finished a blanket and I needed to film that, so I needed a couple days to shift gears. So today is a Wednesday, March 26th. I am to the point where I have to do the yarn that's to the left of my computer and the yarn that is in this white cabinet. So, this is overwhelming. I've been doing so good. The whole organization thing has been going. Once I got the hang of it and I let go of some of my issues because mentally I am getting better, this here, there is so much sitting here because there's also piles of books. There's some fabric. There's thrift store stuff that I bought. There is my colored pencils that I use in my journal. The headphones I use when I do edits on my videos. So I'm trying to go through this pile, just the top layer, and then I'll do the next layer, and then the next layer until I get down to the bottom. So remember, we are a judgment-free zone. Y'all want to judge, fine, just give it to yourselves. Because I don't want to hear it. Not this time around. I'm pretty nice and pretty lenient and easygoing about some things, but not this. Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is to the left of my desk. Books, colored pencils, my stack of journals with my camera, some fabric, lots of cords. So I'm going to be working here, and what I think I'm going to do is I have these leftover variegated colors from when I was working on my patchwork squares. They're in a bowl from my kitchen because I just kept throwing them in the bowl when I was done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of this bowl, put the bowl back in my kitchen where it belongs, and I'm going to move them to this bag because I do have a cat or two that loves to chew on these ends. So I'm going to straighten this up and wind these balls back up, stick them in the bag, and then take the bag upstairs. Right now, I'm just moving my headphones over to my desk. I do have a second part of my desk it's actually not sitting here at my desk, where I keep stationery supplies. So this is cardstock. I need to go put that in my other desk. And then I'm going to take care of this. And let's see. Bernat Softy Baby in this color. I think I'm going to stick right up here because there's more of it down there. So at least now it's together in one spot. So I'm going to take care of this, and of course I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, so I'm going to do this without you guys, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the yarn in a bag, all nice and neat. I think I'm also going to take this. This is Frankenstein. My mom made this and gave it to me. It's full of yarn, so I think I'm going to take Frank upstairs. And how about this ball of Hirschner's worsted 8 in this gray variegated color? Yeah, alright, so I'm going to take these 3 upstairs and get them put away. The upstairs doesn't look any different than the last video that I did, so I'm not going to carry you guys up because I don't have the hands for that. Okay, so what's next in the pile? I got a bag, and it is full of corner-to-corner squares. Because when I was making patchwork squares, I was also doing granny squares and corner-to-corner squares. These are the corner-to-corner, and this bag should be all of the granny squares. Alright, so since it's a project in progress, I'm going to take these 2 bags and take them upstairs, and I should have an empty bin that I can put these into instead of having them in a bag. Okay, yeah, so I do have an empty bin here. It's not very big. But I'm going to do what I can. We'll start with the corner to corner squares and see if we can't get them all in here. Don't know what kind of view you got, but let's see. We got some purples and greens, some blues. Oh, I had so much fun working on these squares. I did think I burned myself out a little bit. I think that's why I let it sit for so long. Because I'm kind of like, I get obsessive. Random piece of yarn. Let's see. That's a vintage red heart color. I think that one is too. Look at the brightness of that one. Karen Jumbo in the color Easter Basket, I think. Oh, these are so pretty. Oh, God, I love this color. Holland from Loops and Threads. Many, many years ago. They don't make that anymore. I want to, hopefully I can fit all the granny squares and the corner to corner squares in here. There's usually, when I do these squares, I usually do about 2 of every color. So I am trying to see if there's 2 of everything. It's a pretty color, the pink camo. I'm not always a big fan of camouflage colors, but I do like the pink camo. It's cute. Did you like this primary color? Oh, I've got 4 of those. Move those off to the side because there's not just 2. Is there another brown one? No. Okay. Let's try to take out the ones that don't have 2. Ah, I love this one. I think I'm going to make a blanket with just these colors. So pretty. This is a Hirschner's color. It's called Macchiato. I really, really love this color. So I am not saving these bags. Even though they're just traditional trash bags, I am throwing them away and getting rid of them. I don't want any of my yarn stuff in bags anymore. If I take that bag downstairs and I put it in my kitchen so it could be used as a trash bag, I will be tempted to put yarn in it again. So I have to be very strict with my rules that it's got to go out. That color. Which you guys would have seen a lot of these when I made them last year. Because I showed them in every single one of my videos. So much so that I had somebody complain that I had too many videos about squares. What can you do? Okay, so these all have just... I only have one of this color and this one and this one. This one, for some reason these only have one. Okay. That. There's 3 of this one. This is Melonberry, which is an awesome color. And then 4 of the primary ones. Okay. Now let's see if we can fit the granny squares in there too. Here, I'll show you the bin. So there's 3 stacks. 1, 2, 3. But there's room right here. So let's see if we can fit the granny squares in there. So the granny squares should be very similar. There should be just 2 of each and every color. And that's how I was doing it. 2 patchwork squares, 2 granny squares, 2 corner to corner squares. There is a little bit of rhyme and reason to my method of madness. Of course, Arlo spent some time playing in this bag while it was sitting downstairs next to my desk. So some things are a little out of order. I'm just trying to work from the top of the pile and work my way down. See, now Bandit's not as bad as Arlo. Bandit prefers playing with toys. Arlo prefers killing all the toys. Very high prey drive for a cat. Things fall into 2 different categories with him. Food or death. I really love this vintage color from Red Heart. Every time I see this, I'm like, I love that so much. I can't remember what they call it off the top of my head. Berry, mistletoe, who knows? Oh, I did a granny square and put a black border on it to see how I want to crochet them together. So it was an idea. There's another one with a black border. I'm still undecided about it. Colors matched that one. Alright, that is empty. Alright, there's some here where I don't have 2 of everything. Those 2 match. Alright, so I've got one of this color. There we go. That's only one. Don't know why. I wonder if I'm not quite sure why I only have one of certain colors. Okay, again with the melonberry, I did 3 because I have a lot of melonberry that I can work through. 3 of this blue color here. 3 of this color here. 3 with this one. And then these 2 samples, trying to figure out how I want to do the border. Okay, so while they all fit in the bin, there's no way I'm getting the lid on that. They kind of stick up out of the top. So the best I can do is just sit that lid there like that. And I'm going to sit this right here on top of the pile. And there we go. 2 bags done. Okay, so that's progress. I emptied a bowl, even though I put them in a bag, but I did put them upstairs on my variegated yarn shelf. I took Frankenstein upstairs full of yarn. I will go through that later and then find out where whatever yarn's in there, where it goes on the shelf. I took up a random ball of yarn that was sitting here. I took up 2 bags of squares that I've been working on, granny squares, corner to corner squares. Took them out of the bag, put them in a clear bin. I might not be able to get the lid on the bin, but they're in a bin, so now I can see them and I know where they're at. And I gotta show you, this is what was sitting on the bottom. This is my bin of variegated yarn. It is full. And I love it, and I miss it, and I miss working on squares. I love making squares, and I miss it so much. I want to get back to it. Look at all that yarny goodness. So, I'm going to ask my husband to take this upstairs for me when he gets home. Because, you know, he likes to help me out with those things. I do have some yarn here in the cabinet that I can put here in the bin, so it can all go upstairs in one shot. And I think that is all I'm doing for today, because it is already 5 o'clock. And my husband should be coming home from work soon. And I should have a kid coming home from work soon. And I got to think about dinner and things like that. So, you know, it's back to normal life. No more yarn stuff. No more crochet stuff. Oh, and I have a pile of fabric. You know what? I'm going to take care of that tonight, too. So, yeah, by tomorrow, this should be upstairs with more yarn that I'm going to take out of the cabinet, put it in there. I'm going to take up this pile of fabric. And I do have some thrifted variegated yarns in there. I'm going to take them up. So, while I won't film it because it's going to start getting dark in here in about an hour, I will have that done and upstairs, and then we can sort through it tomorrow, and you guys can help me put it away, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, friends. So, it's the next day for me, and I realized that maybe... Whoops, sorry. Turning the fan down. That maybe the last video was not quite long enough. I said I was going to have my husband carry the bin of variegated yarn upstairs for me, but we wound up kind of busy, and then it got late, and then I forgot to ask him to carry it upstairs. So I do have a bin. I'm going to carry it upstairs myself. It's just that I can carry it myself. Every now and then I have balance issues because of the diabetes and the medication I take. So I don't always trust myself carrying something heavy or awkward up the steps. That's why I ask my husband to do it. So I'm feeling steady on my feet today. So I'm going to carry this bin upstairs. And then I need to see if I have any other bins that are empty so I can use them to empty my cabinet over there. Because, let's face it, I cannot carry up just 2 or 3 balls of yarn at a time. It'd be ridiculous. So I'm going to go see if I have an empty bin so I can finish emptying out that cabinet. See, the ultimate goal is I have to clean all this stuff up around my desk, from my books to my yarn to my crochet projects, because I bought a new desk and it's still sitting in the box waiting for me to take it out and build it and then, you know, move my computer over to a new desk. So I have to clean up all this stuff that's sitting around. Because, you know, like when I'm working on a project, sometimes, you know, I just kind of sit it next to me and it sits there for a while. So, alright, so let's go carry this bin upstairs. I'm going to let you guys say hi to Bandit. He doesn't come out much to be filmed. Bandit's my other kitty cat. See, Arlo's really sociable. Bandit not so much. Although, looks like Bandit wants to play today. Ooh. He's a good boy. Alright. Let's get this bin upstairs. Oh, there's Arlo. Look at the other handsome boy. Oh, he's so sleepy. Alright, so for now, I'm just sitting the bin on my bed. The ultimate goal is to empty it and put everything away. So this is a stack of fabric that I have. So the fabric I've been sitting over here on top of the dresser. Yes. Alright, and I do have an empty bin. It's not much, but it'll help carry up more than 2 or 3 balls of yarn at a time. And my new yarn room. It's getting full, and I'm also at that point in a project. Do you guys ever get, you start a project, you get halfway through it, and you decide that you're going to take a break because you've done enough, right? Okay. Well, I did that already. And I'm like, you can't take a break. You need to keep going with the momentum, and you got to get some more work done. So I worked through that, and I kept doing it, right? But now that I'm like 3/4 of the way done, I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. And it's that kind of mentality that, or the, I don't feel like it today. Doesn't matter if I feel like it. And I cannot fall back on the, I'll get to it when I get to it. I have to keep going. I have a job to do. My job is to get all of my yarn in one spot all together. Yeah? Get all my projects together in one spot. And then get all my notes together, and then after that match up the notes to the projects. I need to see how much yarn I have, so I'll stop randomly and impulsively shopping for yarn. Which, my friends, that has been working. I got an email from Hirschners.com, saying that they had free shipping just yesterday only, free shipping. And I'm like, well, let's go see if they've got anything I want. And I'm like, I'm scrolling through Hirschners, and I'm like, I have that, I have that, I have that, I have that. I'm like, it's amazing when you have all of your yarn in one spot, and you have literally, in the last month and a half, gone through and touched every ball of yarn you have, and every skein of yarn you have, everything. And when you put it up on the shelf, and then you rearrange it, and then you got to make room for more because you found more in another bag or a box or a bin, you're like, I have that. So I missed out on Hirschner's free shipping yesterday because there was nothing I wanted. Nothing I needed. And I'm like, when that realization hit last night, I'm sitting on the couch with my husband, and I'm like, Paulie, I'm yarn shopping, but I don't need anything because I already have it. And I have it, and I know that I have it because I am now organizing it and putting it all together in one spot. And that was such a light bulb moment for me. So maybe I have figured out how to stop my impulsive shopping, because now everything is out in one contained spot where I can see it, and I'm like, well, I have that, and I have that, and I have that. And while, okay, I have that yarn, but maybe not in that color, but do I need that right now? No, I don't. So maybe I had like an epiphany or something, you know? So whatever, don't listen to me. I'm having light bulb moments in my life these days, and it's like, it's so many things, and it's, oh, I feel like I'm growing up, but I'm 53 years old, but I feel like I'm growing up, you know? So, alright, there is no room in here for that bin that I just brought up. I do have a shelf that is variegated yarn, and it turns out the bin I brought up is on the other variegated yarn I have. So I can't quite put that in there. And I can't sit anything here. This is the heating vent, so it's kicking out a lot of heat right now, and I can't put a plastic bin there. It's like I do have some wall space. Now maybe I can put up some more shelves at some point. But the bin's sitting in my room for now. That's fine too. So we're going to take this downstairs, and I'm going to go to my cabinet that has variegated yarn in it, because in case you guys didn't know, I love variegated yarn. Because I love lots of color. So I'm going to go grab some of that yarn, stick it in the bin, and bring it upstairs. And then I don't know what else I'm doing today. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a few more minutes out of filming before the batteries completely die. They take AA batteries. I got 4 AA batteries in there, and I have a I actually have a charger for AA's. My AA's are rechargeable. So let's take Bernat Softy Baby in this really pretty color. What did they call this? They literally just called it Pink Rainbow. I found these two at the thrift store for $1.99. And I bought them because I already had one in my stash that I bought at Joann's in 2018. Oh my goodness. 7 years I've got this yarn in my stash. 7 years. Alright. Then we got Lion Brand Baby Soft. I love the color on that. More Bernat Softy Baby. Some Hirschners. Oh goodness. Lion Brand ice cream yarn. Oh my goodness, is that the rest of the banana split? Oh, this is going right here, because this is where I've got all my Lion Brand ice cream yarn right now. Woo! What color was that? That is Stitch Studio by Nicole Storybook Fanfare in the color Tea Party. I got that from my mom. That's why it says mom on there. Ooh, what's this? Stitch Studio by Nicole Bamboo. 40% rayon from bamboo and 60% acrylic. Number 3 light. I think I got that from my mom too when she sent yarn up for me. This is some random ball of leftover yarn. It's probably been in my stash for like 20 years. Okay. Lion Brand Baby Soft. That's pretty. And some more Hirschners. So I'm going to take this bin and carry it upstairs. Okay, so the bin I brought up, it is mostly number 3 light or DK weight yarn. Except for this Hirschner's variegated, it is a number 4 medium worsted weight. But most of it's a number 3 light. I do have some room here, because this is all number 3 light from different companies. Got a little bit of room up in there. This is Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. That's all I have from Hobby Lobby. I don't actually shop there often. So I've got some room to stick some things in there. But that's what I do. What I wind up doing, I wind up rearranging a little bit with almost every bag and box and bin that I bring up. I have to rearrange so things can be put together like with like. So if I don't have enough of one yarn company, I at least try to match fibers. It's all 100% acrylic, or it's a number 3, a number 4, a number 2. I don't actually have a lot of 5s and 6s with bulky weight yarn, but So now I have to try to rearrange a little bit to get some of this put away. And I like to do that off camera because it's a lot of back and forth, up and down, and trying to figure out what is what. And I don't think that photographs or video records very well. So hopefully that's enough footage for this video. I really have no idea if I'm on day 15 or day 30 of this organization. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at, but I do know that with what I just brought up, I do have to put it away so I can make room, because I'm going to grab every scrap of yarn that's around my desk and bring it up here to my new yarn room, my crochet corner. I don't even know what I want to call it yet. I keep calling it a bunch of different things. So let's call that quits for today, for now, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you all. Bye.